Yes. Okay, so for the permanent unlock, we are gonna have to compare your settings and okay, and then more connection settings.
I press permanent unlock and it's saying that my phone isn't eligible. I just paid it off, thinking that I still need to pay the bill. Like the phone's paid off.
Yeah, so with you having a balance, you did pay the remaining portion of that was available to be paid that had not already been charged out to the bill. So you have one final remaining installment that's in the bill. Once you pay that, I'm sorry, I totally was over that. Once you pay that, that will completely free that up for it to be able to be unlocked.
So if I do that like right now, I can unlock it. Yeah, I'll just
So then, yeah, once you make that payment, then you can go in and do the unlock, click on the temporary unlock after you change your network, from connections and more connection settings and then network unlock, you'll press permanent unlock. And that will go ahead and unlock your phone.
Okay, glowers, y'all know what time it is. If it is 5 o'clock, then y'all know it is live at 5. And y'all may say, you know what, this is kind of interesting because we usually don't do this type of program on Wednesdays. We always have a guest. But what happened was yesterday, our attorney coming on today, she actually was not able to come. And, something has been on my spirit that I definitely just wanted to check in about. Excuse my background. We have some really special kind of guests in the building today. So you might be wondering, so who is that? Who is that gentleman that usually is not here at the Glow is Live at 5? That is my trustworthy. Y'all have heard me talk about him for like ever. I always talk about my business partner. You know, he is not a figment of my imagination, even though he'll probably nod and say, yes, yes, he's real. And he actually is on his way to Iowa. But listen, when I talk about how this gentleman holds me down, we have been rocking for almost 2 years now, coming up on our anniversary. But we went into business together last year. And, you know, he has always just been phenomenal with follow-up, with clutch. When he told me he was coming, driving up to go to Iowa, he said, well, Courtney, before I get there, do you need something? I'm coming from Miami. I said, brother, can you pick up the rest of my stuff from storage? And can you bring it up here? And he was like, yeah, totally. It's fine. And then he's like, you know, we need to get this whole phone situation straightened out because we had phones on the same line because we were business partners. But because we're not doing the business anymore, he's like, do you still want to have the phone line? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. You know, so he's like, yeah, we'll get everything straightened out and I'll come through. And so that's what's up. That's why he's here. That's what's going on. So the reason why I kind of wanted to talk about this at this point in time is because of the fact that with there being so much happening, as she should. So Julian and I, that is my Julian. So if anyone knows my background, I dated a Julian. Actually, the Julian that I dated was the last person I was in a relationship with that started out my celibacy. So this particular Julian has never known me biblically in that way. We're just friends. And we have a real funny story about how we even met. It's crazy. But like I said, we're coming up on 2 years in the game. And he's just been phenomenal. I can't tell you like how many times he's just bailed me out of like situation, you know, and would do it at a drop of a dime. You know, lived in another part of Miami than me, lived in West Palm. But, you know, if I needed to be somewhere, if I needed to do something, because y'all know I don't drive. So, you know, with Julian, I never was late for a council meeting, a commission hearing, a CIP meeting. This dude would move whatever he had to do to get me to where I needed to be. And I always appreciate him for that. So he's Mr. Clutch. That's my partner, but not in that sense. Cause y'all, we are talking about Black love. How crazy would that be? Would y'all appreciate that if we were talking about Black love and I came on here and was like, yes, and now introducing my Colombian. I have divested. It is. Hello, Deacon Anthony. Hello. So yeah, Julie and I, our business was actually the third business that I had, but it was our first business together. So I had 2 businesses prior to us becoming business partners. And what we did was we were mentored by an officer in Miami about what type of businesses he felt would be most productive. And so he was telling us about having like a program that employed teenagers. So we restarted rather, but we, you know, purchased, of course, the rights and the names, and it was Team Clean. So if anybody wants to go check, this is a real business, real partner. That's the owner, and I'm the managing director of it. And Courtney Omega, Julian Madero. Even though he always says I say his name wrong, but I don't. I say it right. But it is. You're right. It absolutely is. Wait a minute. Deacon, okay, Julia and I are not together like that. So, but I do appreciate your sentiment. But yes, he's beautiful. Like he's amazing, but we are not, we are brother and sister in faith and in Christ, you know. We go out on dates and stuff like that, but it's never anything like, you know, romantic. And it is hard to find people you can trust. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ooh, and B. Stephanie waved at you, Julian. So I just let him know that he's got some fans. So what he's doing right now, the reason why he's not like in this shot with me, he's unlocking my phone so that I can join him on another company on another line. Y'all, I can't make this stuff up. Like, I mean, who does that, right? He has 13 hours to drive. He already drove 12 hours, and just to make sure your girl is straight. Just make sure your girl is straight. Like, amazing. He's amazing. Always has been. So I am going to open up this panel, y'all. I want y'all to know at 6 we open up this panel. This is going to be real special tonight because, y'all, this is something that's really been weighing on my heart. And just talking about Black love and what that means, because you guys, you understand, you all, we are going up in the biggest. And y'all see, I got Malcolm over there. Do y'all think Malcolm approves that I got Julian up in here? Malcolm got it. So the last place I lived in Miami, Julian actually, he helped me with putting. He did some home repairs, that sort of thing. And so he said, where do you want to hang this? And I told him, we don't hang Malcolm. We do not hang Malcolm. We mount him, we post him up, but we do not hang Malcolm. So that was our funny Malcolm story. So he always remembered that. So at any rate, I've been going through some things just with kind of doing some soul searching, with trying to understand like people, with seeing what's happening with this, the election, seeing how this is really, it has really kind of exposed as well as highlight. Okay, so we are the Glow Show. So it's highlight some things in regards to the Black dynamic. Our culture, our community, and our diaspora. Y'all always know I do the 1, 2, 3: culture, community, and diaspora. And we get to see that we have a lot of nuances. There are a lot of differences in regards to how we are approaching this next turn of the century. I know it. Wait a minute. Stephanie, you said he approves this message by any means necessary. He approves. Yes, Malcolm approves. I believe so. I think he would approve, But I feel you. I have a little bit of the fatigue as well. And guys, please know that like Julian he's like been doing some assessment of my Wi-Fi situation, and he said it might just be the way the home is built as the reason why my Wi-Fi is wonky. It may not be because of a bad perception, a bad reception or whatever. So if I do go out because his Wi-Fi was too slow for me he's run out of all of his little his data that I can't hook onto his. This is mine. So if I go out, I know I'm opening up the panel at 6, but if I go out before 6, y'all please just hold on. I'll be right back. But yeah, it kind of gets a little crazy this time of the day. So let's see what Screen Learning says, because I see this is something big. Black love needs to start and end with loving oneself. That's the Black love I believe in, and we should be pro-Black because we're pro-self. You know what, Screen, Brother CK, that really does hit. That really does hit me just really seriously, because that's what I wanted to kind of discuss. The idea of Black love to me has changed. It honestly has. And y'all, I want to know, I did talk to Chris. Me and Chris, we rocked for a long time last night, talking about this, because I didn't want him to think that I was kind of stealing something that could be, our thunder with the CNC show. And remember, the CNC show will be a slumber party this Saturday. So y'all come through if y'all ready to cam up, put on them PJs, nothing X-rated. But put on them PJs and cam up. We're going to have a really good slumber party on this Saturday coming up. If you would like to attend, that is going to be a private event. That's going to be a private event. You must email so that I can send you the link, because that will not be, and that will be the first show that we ever have on the CNC show, the CNC channel. So that will be the first time we're ever going to launch a show on the CNC Show Us channel. So it's going to be a private link. It is the slumber party, the single, why are you single slumber party Saturday. Excuse me. But I want to go back to that statement by Brother CK, because of the fact that this last situation, some of you might know that I am going to be officially celibate and single. Next month I'm coming up on 6 years, and I was definitely looking forward to maybe not be done with the celibacy part by next month, but I was looking forward to, being in a relationship, and things were looking like they were going in that direction very positively. And then they didn't. And I was just like, how did I get this so wrong? Like, how did I get this wrong? Because y'all, I stumbled into a marriage. I'm not even gonna lie. I've always told people, I've always told God, y'all know I do my prayer books, I do my affirmations. I've told people and always told God that, I wanted to be married in college. And I always said that, like, ever since I was young, like I want to say maybe 10 or 11, I was like, yeah, I want to get married in college. Okay, so no. For the slumber party, it is CNC Show Us. CNC Show Us at Gmail. Send an email to cncshowus@gmail.com. And that is the Chris, that stands for Chris and Courtney, because y'all know his name is Chris, my name is Courtney. And CNC Show Us. All right. Hello, sir, senior. Salute to you as well. So this last situation really had me kind of be reevaluating, like, what happened? Because at 19, like I said, I stumbled. I always said that my mom really had everything to do with that, because my mom had transitioned literally 2 weeks prior to me meeting my ex-husband. And I really felt like my mom said, you know what, if I don't do this, she's not gonna have it. She's not gonna get it if I don't do this. So I really appreciate that now. I really appreciate now, with me actually looking, or thinking I know what I'm looking for. I know what that must have felt to her, to know that I just, because my mom left this earth knowing that Courtney wanted to be with a man, honey. I just was, y'all. Ever since I was young, I wanted to be with a man. I wanted to be coupled up. I wanted to be in a relationship. And she always would try to, warn me against that a bit. But I was always like, no, I got to. And my mom left this earth when I was a teenager. I was a freshman at FAMU. And so I met my ex-husband literally 2 weeks later. And so I've always felt, and their birthdays are 4 days apart. So I've always felt like my mom had a supernatural hand in that, because she knew how I really wanted to be with somebody. She's like, I got to put something together, because if this girl finds somebody by herself, God, come on, God, she was pleading. And I also never wanted to make this a situation, even with this conversation, I didn't want to make this situation a conversation that only revolved around me, because I was like, I know that I've been seeing this happening. I've been seeing this happen also consistently. And I'm talking about not just with my age group, but, millennials, zillennials, like everybody's kind of complaining about, hey, finding that person to, bless you, Kia, to finding that person to connect with, right? Finding that person to build a forever with. That's not just something that I've been thinking about, but this last couple of months, y'all, I want to just be very honest. It has hit really differently because I'm just like, it's not even about who you're connecting with and coupling with. It's really been about, to me anyway, if you will, it's really been more so about um, just even um, like, not just accepting differences, but just even liking somebody, right? I mean, we just all have these different ideals of where we are, who we are, what we are. It's really the worst thing to, it's one of the worst things, I won't say that. It's one of the worst things to be in a relationship with someone who just does not appreciate those different complexities or those different dynamics to you as a person. And so it's one thing, because you used to be able to come home, when you came home to your significant other, you could kind of like unweight, but y'all have to realize like a lot of us we don't have that to come home to anymore. So we've had to rely on businesses to give us that. We've had to rely on our jobs to give us that. We've had to rely on, some people, whether they've gotten into, you do the gym or, you may join these different recreational clubs. Sometimes it's people that what you're doing recreationally, like if you're going to clubs or if you're going to uh, smoke bars, smoke joints, whatever. Some people go to happy hours together. They may not go to clubs, but they go to happy hours. They go to bar hopping together. Like they're trying to figure that out in those circles. It's not necessarily just who you come home to anymore. Churches is also another space where people try to figure that out. And I agree, though I agree to that, CK. No one is ever going to love you better than you, and we should definitely be more we should be more, that's why I said, don't divest, invest. Invest in getting to know you. And the thing with this that just really surprised me with this situation is that I thought I really knew me. I thought I really knew me, but when I was in the middle of the situation and I was like, this is not, I don't feel like this person's reflective of me. So how did I end up here? And then I just started to think about the community, the culture in a whole. Like, it's very disjointed. It's very disjointed, where people just kind of ideals, they just don't match up. They don't match up with principles, policies, practices. They're just inconsistent. And I said, this goes beyond just just like a love, black love. When I say black love, like this goes beyond just someone's sexual or romantic relationship. This speaks just incredibly also to it speaks incredibly also to relations with people, relationships just with people, just inner workings in general. And I think that that's what we're really witnessing here. People can't love themselves because we don't know ourselves. And so that's why we can't love others, because we truly don't love ourselves. And y'all let me know if y'all are rocking with me, if y'all are vibing with me when I say that. You said throw my cards? Oh, you mean like tarot cards? Oh, I've never had a tarot reading. I'm not really into that so much, but I'm not afraid of it. I've never considered that. I mean, I talk to God. I really do. Julian saw that closet and everything. That thing is official. you know, uh, that it's official work. And I've realized I had to spend a little bit more time. So I probably, tomorrow being the first day of October, that's huge. That's really huge. It's always a shift when there's a new month. And I think we probably should appreciate and realize that as well. Let me see, did I miss any other comments here? So I really love what you're saying here, screen learning. I know passionate bliss. I was so glad you made it and you're listening in. I know you can't really participate until after 7. I'm probably going to be off of here after 7 unless this thing just really intensifies so much. But it's just really a pondering right now. It was really something that I have, been I've been wanting to throw this out there, but I don't want to make people, I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable with having these type of conversations, because I know it can get that. I know it can go there. I've seen it go there. But I've also seen with these other channels, when it goes there, it becomes very, accusatory from both sides. Men are doing this and women are doing this and men are doing this, and and I feel as though there are a lot of solutions we can build if that is the intention, but it really is going to take some internal, some real stuff. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so let's see here. You've gotten older and wiser at Omega Courtney. You see things clearer than your past self, and that's a part of glowing up. We glow up daily and never fully stop glowing. Keywords, very much so. But I really feel it's even more than that, Brother CK, to tell you the truth, because I feel like glowing up is a choice. It's literally a choice. Like, it's a choice to be aware. Y'all know, because it's easy to take that pill and be like, I just don't want to be bothered with the reality of what's going on. I just want to continue to live red pill, blue pill. That's it. But once you decide to take that pill and you decide that you want to fully know and you want to fully be engaged, that's the glow up. So I say growing up is something that is naturally happens. If we're blessed enough to grow up, is something that naturally happens. But to glow up is a choice. It is a choice. And I am more aware, but that's what I feel like is so crazy, right? I feel like in my youth, in my younger years, when I wasn't as aware of who I was, it seemed to be kind of easier I was definitely more flexible. I was more flexible. I probably, like, even in this last situation, this was a week. I would have at least given that. I honestly probably would have given a situation like that, probably like, at least 6 or 7 months. I ain't gonna lie, probably at least a year. I'm not even gonna lie. But as you're, like you said, getting older, I just don't have that time to waste. I don't have that time to waste. So I had to nip it in the bud in a week. But like I said, I don't want this just to be about me. I want us to have really a communal conversation regarding thoughts, regarding ideals towards what does Black love mean? And I loved you were the only one that really answered the question so far, Brother CK, that Black love is, because we're Black, it's loving ourselves, and like I said, this is just so funny that Julian is literally here today, because I'm like, how funny is that? We're talking about Black love, and you would think, Courtney done gone and divested. I've always been invested in our friendship and our relationship, so to me, it never felt like I was divesting, but it's not romantic. So that's also a reason why it may not feel that way. Yeah, but I agree. We can talk to the inner us, through us. The God is in us. And I feel like that's, I get shown cards every day. I'm in that room, and literally the other day I was in that room and something fell. How did I nip it in the bud? Oh, I just blocked them. I just blocked them. We're not in the same city, so I just blocked them on the communication and prayed to God for the strength not to pick up any calls. Literally, full disclosure, full transparency. Not to click up any calls, not to answer any emails, not to respond to any messages. But that was prayer. And I'm going to say, even Julian unmoved his spot. Julian's unmoved his spot. So this is really actually important, because Julian took me to a church when we were in, we were visiting his home city, like where his dad lives. And he took me to a church there. And this was literally last December. So almost a year ago, y'all, almost a year ago. And I met a young lady there. And the young lady was cool. You go to churches, you meet a lot of cool people. So she was cool. She was cool, and she prayed over myself and my daughter, because I was having some issues with my daughter at the time, and she prayed over us, and it was a mighty prayer, and it felt good. And my daughter is she's a teenager, y'all. So it's gonna probably be a few more times I'm gonna need some prayer. But I didn't have any more of those issues out of her. So, I just was like, okay, I never really thought about her too much. There was another lady that I met at the church that I really, really, really kept in contact with. So I was having these thoughts, and Saturday night, that woman out of the blue texted me, and she was like, hey, can I pray for you for anything? And I was like, I haven't talked to her in a year, so I couldn't just be like, oh, let me tell you what's going on. So I was just like, no, everything's good over here. And then we kept talking. And then I finally told her. And let me tell you, after this lady prayed for me, everything came down with this relationship. Everything came down. You can imagine with this relationship. And I was like, dang, just last week, literally, it was all good. We were moving. And then everything came down, and it was crazy. And then Julian shows up today. It's crazy. So I'm going to answer a couple of questions, y'all, because again, I don't just want to make this personal. I want to ask y'all, what does Black love mean to you? I just don't want to make this personal. I am opening up the panel at 6:00. We have a couple of people that have already emailed me and told me that they wanted to jump on. So at 6:00, we're going to open up the panel. I did want this to be special tonight because of the fact that we had a really good glow up session in place with Ebony, with our she's a vision manifestation, coach, and she does journaling workshops. And we had done an exercise together that I couldn't wait for her to share with you all. And then when she told me yesterday that she was waiting for, they were waiting for a final verdict to come in a case that she had been working on for a little bit. I knew what I had to do, because I literally was from smack dab in the middle of this. And I was just like, dang, I probably just need to kind of open this up and kind of see what my glowers are feeling and what we're thinking about. So Sir Senior said you had a conversation first. Yes, we had a very long conversation. And, I said my piece, and he said, so we're not going to talk no more? And I said, no, nah. And he's like, nothing? And I was like, nothing. And we hung up the phone, and I proceeded to block everything. That's, it is 2020. You said you wanted to explain, but you need more characters than allowed in the message board. Okay, well, like I said, Neo, we're definitely gonna keep it funky, as you said. You have my email. We can definitely discuss, and you have my phone number, so we can talk. Probably won't be today, like I said, because I want to make sure after this show wraps, we get Julian situated. He has a very long drive ahead of him, but it won't be today. But we could definitely link up. I don't have any problem with that. I don't do that, CK. I don't do that. And you haven't known me that long, but you know me enough to know that I'm just not going to do that. I'm not the one for that. I just, so I was playing Hope. I was playing a song by the artist Hope that was in the movie Why Did I Get Married? And the reason why I played that song, y'all, was because first of all, Hope is if you guys have never heard of her, she's a dynamic singer. And interestingly enough, the Hope that is the moderator on this channel, she also sings, but this is not the same Hope. So just to let y'all know that. But I will have the song in the comment section, and it'll be pinned. So you can definitely go and take a listen to it. Take a listen to all of her stuff. She's a dope artist. Just really passionate, really amazing. But so she was introduced to me by my ex-husband, and she was introduced to me by my ex-husband, and then we went to go see the movie Why Did I Get Married? and that song played, and I just remember just because a different version of it plays in the movie. So at first, when I was just like, no, he was like, that's Hope. That's the song I was playing. And I was like, no, that's not. It's not the same song. And I'm just like, no, like, because Hope is she's a very much an independent artist. So the fact that Tyler Perry, you know, introduced her to the big screen in that regard, it was really a huge deal. So we actually had to stay until after the credits to see if it was really her or not. And I was just so proud of him because, so my ex-husband was into very much music. He was a lawyer professor, but he also, he was a rapper. He wrote rhymes, and he co-owned a record label. And I was really proud of him. So, but that song always stuck because he introduced it to me, and then we saw it on the big screen, and then it was very passionate. So I hope you guys have heard it. I hope you guys got to hear enough of it, because I know sometimes my speakers are like wonky. But please download it, support this artist. She's still making new music, but this song is, years old. But you all know I've been divorced for 8 years. I want to say this song came out about 8 years ago, 9 years ago. It came out right before we divorced, and I was, it is one of those songs that makes me think about that. So like I said on the show that actually that CK was on, I may be divorced, but I'm not divesting. Divorced, but not divested. I'm invested. But this situation just made me think beyond a personal relationship, because, community-wise, I think we seem to be just on the same page with the goals and the intentions for community-wise. So I think that was interesting. So wait, what's he tried that? What is that? I don't know what that means. Oh, you talking about CK? Yeah, but y'all know I'm not gonna spill no beans. I don't do that. Like, I really don't. My background is journalism and public relations. So, I don't believe, like, he believes all good news, all publicity is good publicity. He wanted to, he was like, do you want to go live right now and do this live? And I was like, no. I'm fine. Just go our way, But he wanted to go live. He wanted to go live with it, and I just did not feel like that was the place or space. The song's name is "Who Am I to Say," and it's beautiful. And she has another one that kind of sounds like it. And you're gonna find a couple of songs. You know what she reminds me of? I'm not even kidding you guys. You guys remember Christina Perri, the one that did she did like a couple of songs from Twilight. She did Jar of Hearts. Jar of Hearts was featured on So You Think You Can Dance. It brought the house down, and the dance was beautiful on it. And then she also did from Twilight, 1,000 Years. So that song, 1,000 Years, y'all, I'm about to cry thinking about it. I don't know about y'all, but I am a big Twilighter. Is that what they call them? Julie, is that what they call them? Julie, you like those movies? You ever watched them? Twilight. You never even saw one?
Probably did.
You don't remember it?
Not really.
Thanks, Julian.
No
Anyway, Twilight, I'm a big Twilighter. The books and the movies. And when that scene came on at the end and just traced back their life, I mean, my daughter was in the hospital, so I was still awake. She wasn't awake. And I was really mad at the hospital because they had visiting room hours, and they would not even let my ex-husband in to see her after these hours were over. And like, I was upset. And then this movie comes on, and she's sleeping by this point, but I'm still kind of upset. But I mean, when those scenes came on, I just started bawling. Oh my gosh. So Hope reminds me of a melanated version of Christina Perri. Her music really touches like that. Is very like gripping. Who Am I to Say by Hope. So I was bawling because I was like, when scenes like that flow in movies, I'm a very visual person. Y'all know I write movies, I write, things like that. I write books. it made me think about like my decisions that led even to this point, you know, and I was just thinking about like, you know, the history of me and him and the fact that if we weren't divorced, you know, we would have been able to be in this room together with her. And maybe even if we were still together, maybe she wouldn't even have been in this room. But then, you know, I was thinking, because y'all know God doesn't do coincidences or, you know, he's not a respecter of circumstances. And so I said, well, maybe, you know, if we were together, it might not have been her. I don't know. But the whole situation was very heavy. So when that song started playing 1,000 years and they traced them back, so you saw how their relationship matured. I was like, we had that type of depth. Another song that does that for me is Countdown by Beyonce, because I'm not a big Beyonce fan. Y'all know me. I don't do idolatry. Even though somebody said, you know, as you was riding for Mariah yesterday, though, I'm going to ride for Mariah. I am going to ride for her. And somebody did actually email me this morning. She actually has a book coming out. And so that's why she's back in the kind of the public eye a bit. But yes, right? I'm glad. Let me tell you, B. Stephanie, you're never going to be disappointed with anything this woman does. You know, like I said, Mike put me on to her, but you know, I've checked for her for the years through then, and then when I was like reintroduced, I was just like, oh my gosh, you know, how could I have ever forgot about this song? But then you remember, if you listen to it a couple of times, like that's why, because the song is so deep. But I knew it was perfect for this particular occasion because, you know, it is like, you know, all right. It just brings out some different emotions. It just brings out some different emotions. That's what it does. So let me see. So who else besides Screen Learner can tell me what your idea of Black love is? Is it beyond oneself? Does it have to include another person? Does it have to include another Black person? Is it, you know, how or can we continue to display the evidence of Black love if you are not even in a relationship with a Black person? And not to say that I am not, but I'm just saying that's a big question now. You know, that's a bigger question now than it was than 10 years ago, than, you know, when I was married. And maybe I wasn't even looking at it so much then when I was married. Oh, and again, Stephanie, if you want that Mariah Carey playlist, it's fire. If you want that playlist now, you can email me at groupglowup@gmail.com. That one I can give you access to. But to come to the slumber party on Saturday, you must be cammed up. You can have on your you can have on your face mask, but you cannot have on a complete face mask. But we had that discussion yesterday. I wanted to be like mask off, but you know, you can have part of your face. No Phantom of the Opera mask though. Let me see. Did anybody else answer and I missed it? I'm scrolling up a bit. No, but I would love to know, Neo, I would love to know, you know, because Neo, you are, you know, a married man. I would love to know what your definition of Black love is. And I definitely have love for my Black children, right? But that's what I am, y'all. I'm really a lover. Like I'm used to that. I'm really honestly used to it. So I really can't call it, you know, I used to really not like, I don't want to say the H word, but I used to really not like when I heard people say that. I can't even call it. I guess you can call it ace and a spade. Deacon Anthony, what is your definition of Black love? I would love to know, because you said you're a little older. So I want to listen to my wisers on this. My wisers, I would love to know, you know, what your definition of Black love is. And so, let's see. Obrid. There's no problem at all. There's no problem at all. It's, you know, there's no problem. There's not. There's, you know, I just thought of one thing and he thought that another thing. And that's more than what I even wanted to say. That's more than what I wanted to say. I'm gonna leave that at that. Okay, so Stephanie, Bewitched Not Bothered said, it's choosing us, but I'm not sure we do that as much anymore. That's a glower. Somebody please throw up a glower. Y'all know I'm not into YouTube. I'm not on YouTube right now. I'm not on YouTube. So somebody please throw up a glower. It's choosing us, which I've always wanted to do. Like I never wanted to get to a situation where I feel like I can't. But what are you doing? You can't. I just don't think enough of us really understand what that feels like. You know, it's kind of funny because I remember even when I was married, you know, my ex-husband, I used to always talk. I had a really good friend named Keisha. And we were both teachers. But Keisha was a single mom. And I would always be like, you know, yeah, I wish Keisha could like hang out with us more, but she really can't, da 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 da. Like she always gotta, you know, be with the kids, and then we gotta go take the kids sometimes to the dads, and if the dads don't be with the kids, then we all gotta do something that all of us can go to. And she had like babies. And my ex-husband always said, you know, he always was just very empathetic to the whole situation, which is beautiful. But at that time, I didn't think of that as beautiful. I really didn't. I just thought of that as being like, you know, dang, like he's just so fun, but that situation is not fun. And I was thinking very selfishly. And, you know, he was just like, Courtney, you know, you act like she chose that life. And I'm like, she did. You know, she's a single parent. She did choose that life. I mean, I understand that she's a good person. Like, I'm not hating on her for being a good person because she's a dynamic person. Shout out Keisha. She's a nurse, y'all, now. Beautiful. Still don't look a day over 30. Like, it's amazing. Keisha's amazing. Yeah, I just think that I was like, she did choose it, you know, but he was like, sometimes situations choose you. And he said, you know what? Does anybody watch Little Fires? You know what they said in Little Fires, which was like boom. It was a boom moment when Kerry Washington's character said to Reese Witherspoon, "It's not about you making good choices. You had good choices to make." Y'all, somebody put me up a glower. It is not about you making good choices when you have only good choices to make. So we really need to talk about that. That is why so many of us are not making good choices, because we don't, you know, I wasn't even dealing with someone in my city, you know, so it wasn't like I'm out here dating. I mean, y'all know me. Some of y'all do. Some of y'all do. Some of y'all don't, but some of y'all do. But Julian can tell you, I'm not a dater. I never was. Anytime Julian was in the neighborhood, Julian, I'm talking, you're on the camera. Anytime he was in the neighborhood, he could say, Courtney, where are you? And I'd be like, I'm home. Not one time he ever called me and I was like, oh, I'm out. I'm out on the town. I'm just with a guy. You know, I don't know where the kids are. I'd be like, oh, I'm home. I'd be like, oh, hurry up and get here so we can go to the store. So we can cook. Hurry up and come. How far away are you? That just wasn't me. I'm not out here. Like, I don't do that. And so, you know, it's not even about me just having all of these options and wanting to be, it's not that. It's, you know, I'm sitting still, y'all. I'm sitting still. I'm missing some comments. I'm so sorry. Let me see. Stop fighting your ego. Okay, I want to speak on that because you know what I said just today, not even kidding, Neil. What I said today, I know I struggle with that. I've had some real conversations with some people, even in this room. I want to give a shout out to Sir Senior. We had a real good discussion last week. I want you guys all to know that when I tell you that my email is there for us to talk, it's there for us to talk. I am serious on that. I do not want this to be a network where y'all tune in here to just think that y'all, I just want y'all in here to listen to me talk. It's not. I do want to do this because I like building. I like building. That's just what I do. Like, that's my family's legacy. That's what we like doing. We're about community. We're about building. And so, excuse me, I had a really good talk with Sir Senior last Sunday, a week ago. And it was deep. It was deep. And me and him, we've never met. But it was a deep conversation. And I think, he can also attest to that. And I told him straight up, I do have problems with that. So I have to also realize that if I'm dealing with a narcissist, and he's not the first narcissist that I've, dealt with, maybe there's a lot of narcissism in here. Ooh, that hurts even to say, because I don't like thinking of myself in that regard. But there has to be. Because, you attract what you are. I always tell people that you attract where you are. So Screen Learner says, there goes the tea. So what was the tea? Did I miss it? Did I say it? I said something. I don't want this to be that type of situation, y'all. I really don't. I'm not into it. And I'm definitely not going to throw no rocks and, I don't know. What was the tea? Did I say something a little bit too extra? So Sir Senior says, Black love is self-love first and foremost, but it has to be shared with Black people. Somebody throw some glowers for Sir Senior. We've had some really good conversations. And I thank you. Honestly, I thank you for that, Sir Senior. We've had some really good conversations. And, he's helped me see the down spots on me too. Where he's like, you're not listening. You just said you're going to give me those minutes to listen and you're not listening. And it's like, dang, I did just say that. Let me listen. Because that's exactly what my next husband, without wanting to be my last husband. Amen. He got to be my last husband because that's going to be the father of me some twins, y'all. I do want to be a good listener. I want to be his peace. I don't want to just be da-da-da-da. Like, I did a lot of that in my marriage, y'all. I really did. When I tell y'all, especially for the ones in here that know him, if Hope comes in later, maybe she can also testify to this. Like, my ex-husband was very, very, he was a peaceful dude. One of the favorite songs, one of his sound ringtones that I had for him was Easy Silence by the Dixie Chicks. Y'all, that was another one. I'm telling you, I'm full of surprises. I like my country. I like my pop. I like a few things, but y'all mess with me on the playlist. Y'all gonna get some work. Don't say that. I mean, I don't want to either. I'm just gonna skip past that. Ooh, I don't want to either. But it does. You just kind of, that's what it is. V. Stephanie, it is. It's just like, I'm coming up on 6 years, y'all. And I promise you, I'll be talking to God like, God, I think I got it. And I meet great people. Julian is one of them. I meet awesome, just great people. They're just not people for me to be romantic with. That's just what it is. So Deacon says that Black love is to respect each other's feelings, always listen to each other, don't yell, don't point fingers, don't go to bed mad, be on the same page with the children, and remain faithful. Ooh, somebody give this man some glowers and light your light. Get this man some fire. Give him some fire. Get him all of that. Thank you so much, Diamond Princess. That's my #1 moderator in the building. Diamond Princess, you were not on that live yesterday because I played that Mariah for you. This only right that I promote my queen, Jada and Mariah. KISS me, and I want to make love. It's only right. This girl put me on the panel. That was my first panel I ever was on. So it's only right I'm going to promote my queen. Amen. So thank you so much. Yes, please get the lights up and subscribe, everybody. Y'all heard what Diamond Princess says. When she gives the order, when the queen gives the order, y'all carry it out. Amen. But I'm going to go back to that Deacon Anthony. I'm going to read that again because that one hit nicely. Respect each other's feelings, always listen to each other, don't yell, don't point fingers, don't go to bed mad, be on the same page with the children, and remain faithful. Boom. Easier said than done, but boom. No. Like I said, I'm not going to get into it. Manipulate and control him. Nah, that's just not my way. Like Julian can tell you, we've been rocking for 2 years. Like I may over talk here and there, but if Julian not gonna do nothing, he don't do nothing. He don't do something, and me and him ain't never even been intimate. So, if he's not gonna do something, he just ain't gonna do it. That's just what it is. I mean, I ain't gonna go in crazy like it, but he has the car, he has the money. If he say it ain't gonna happen, it ain't gonna happen. It don't matter how much I be like, it's just not gonna happen. And I learned a long time ago, like I said, I've been divorced for 8 years. And then I was in another relationship for 3 years after that. No man really responds well to this. I've dated all different types of men. They don't respond well to that. So I just don't do it. I just fall back. I'm not gonna do that. Hi book for Moses. How are you? I've seen you before on I think on a couple of other channels. But this is the first time I've seen you over here. So welcome, officially welcome over here. My diamond princess threw up a diamond. Threw up you need to throw some more diamonds too. I love it when you throw up your glowers are diamonds. I remember the first time, like I was like putting up the crowns and the glowers for you. I have to get you something. We're gonna have to get you like a badge. We gotta get some badges, y'all. Y'all help me share this channel, share these so that we can definitely start to have we could just definitely start to have a little bit more merch and start to really link us up. Okay. Let's see here. Well, that's unfortunate. I would hope. I don't know. I haven't been. So if he is talking crap, that's let him talk. It only matters what God says about me. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. It's no reason for him to talk crap though. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, y'all, we're not even. His following is what his following is. He's in the thousands. I'm barely at 1,000. So he can have that all day. I'm that type of person, y'all. Always have been. If anybody gets up in this room that has known me from my youth, sometimes we get somebody in this room that has known me all my life, but I'm just not a competitive person. I'm not. I'm gonna run my race. So I can't control what he's doing, but I'm not gonna do that. But this situation has really made me evaluate, like I said, not just Black love personally, but what it means for a community. Because as I told him, because I've been talking to him for a while, and what I've always said to him is that we shouldn't have to be in a relationship to like respect one another and care for one another and be cordial and like really mean it, like not like on some hey how's the weather type stuff, but really mean it, and I still feel that way. So even though that's not the situation, I'm not gonna throw nothing because that just don't even feel right to me. Actually, it don't even feel right. Like, could I? Yeah, like I could even people always ask me to that it must be some things my ex-husband did, and yes. Wow. I'm not even gonna respond to this. Thank you. Thank you so much, Passionate. I'm not gonna respond to none of this. I'm really not. I'm really not. Woo! All right, so we're almost about to go into, for real, I'm really about to go into, we're gonna open up the panel. So if you emailed me and I sent you the link, please, 4 minutes. Wow. Oh, wow. This is not where I wanted this to go either. Hello. I did not time you out. I wouldn't. Like, there's no reason to. And I'm not even on YouTube. Like, you can only time out from YouTube. So I'm not going to respond to that. Oh, thank you, Screen Learning. My business partner that I've known for a couple of years now literally came to drop off the rest of my stuff, and something that I told you was going to happen. I told you it was that he was coming, like, for real. You can say whatever you think that you're doing. I mean, I'm not even going to be bothered as you being a Christian. All right. Okay. Let's see. Anybody else? So if you would like to come up to the panel, please email me. Hey, Gracious Greatness. Oh my gosh. Y'all, let me tell y'all, Gracious Greatness and I literally just met last week, but he has been such a light, like always with the great scriptures. Thank you. Always with the great scriptures. Oh my gosh. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't know who any of these other people are. I don't even know that. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not putting it in the chat, in the link. If you had to have emailed me to get it. So at this point, I only have one person that's emailed, and I'm waiting for her to come on. Thank you. Yeah, glow up. Glow up. Stop. Just glow up. Please. Be stabbing me. Woo! Thank you. Thank you, sis. Thank you so much. Y'all, thank you. Thank you so much, y'all. Like, this is not. Mm. Hello. Hello, hello. Okay, so if anyone would like to be on the panel, please email me. You have my email, and it has to be someone that I know because I can see we have a couple of extra accounts in here. Unnecessary. Wow. So please email me if you would like to be on the panel. For some reason, my email has been kind of crazy. Thank you, passionate. Y'all, this is not. This is nothing that I. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Diamond. Thank you so much. This is not nothing I'm interested in, but I am trying to get back access to my email because it seems to be frozen. Oh, here we go. All right, so we do have one. And if anybody wants to come up to the panel, I literally have my email open right now, and you can definitely come up. Okay, I got you, sis. I got you, B. Stephanie. Thank you. And thank you for always just shining light. You really do. You really do. Okay. So I have one email out, waiting to see the other ones. And y'all can realize while I wanted to keep this very I wanted to keep this a little closed. Okay, so please, I've emailed out. Hey, Millie's Journey. Thank you for making it back. Thank you. JP, his name is not Pablo. I've already told you what his name was, and I told you before everything that he was coming to bring me my stuff. Anyway, okay. Hello, hello. You're so sweet. Millie's Journey, my heart goes like this. I mean, you were so sweet on Kaken's channel that it was great. So I'm glad to have you on. Thank you, Your Gracious Greatness. Thank you so much. Hello, Neil. How are you, brother?
I'm doing awesome as usual. Out here traversing the country.
Okay.
And as far as the chat's going, it looks like your moderators are on their kung fu game, their block fu game.
Thank you.
All right, so I'll try not to bring any of that negative energy into our conversation.
Please, thank you. Thank you so much, Neil.
Always welcome. Yeah, I mean, as far as Black love, being in the African spirituality slash, I guess you would call it spiritual realm that I'm diving into, I get a lot of my constituents are always doing love work. I mean, that's one of the biggest things right now. For those of us that practice this stuff, the one thing that we always constantly get are people seeking love work, right? So right now the medicine is, black love. Everybody wants it. Everybody is wondering why it doesn't seem like it's really treading water like it used to back in the day. That's because personally I believe it's been under attack for so long that it's gone on this type of autopilot, right? To where now we're doing it to ourselves. But a lot of us are realizing that we've been on autopilot for a long time with our black love. Our love for one another collectively is, and I'm going to keep using that term just because, but uh, collectively, we just realized that we've been on autopilot when it comes to loving each other. And now that we've got the wheel back, now that we're back in control of, dictating where our future goes, we've kind of lost an idea of how to actually govern it. We don't know how to navigate. We don't know the basic tools to be able to invest or cultivate such a strong power, which is black love, right? A lot of us are stuck in our uh, biblical narrative of what the original family is, not realizing that the Bible is absolutely right. However, our picture of it is what's wrong, right? The Holy
Right.
Trinity is the man, woman, and child, but particularly the black man, woman, and child. But we've been told that it's Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit for so long that we've completely X'd ourselves out of our own picture,
Hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that's getting into it kind of deep or whatever. So I'll try to come back up to the surface. Essentially, we've uh, 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 we've started fighting our collective ego, not realizing that the ego is the fight or flight uh, uh, principle of trying to self-preserve. We're accustomed to being told that you have to fight your ego or to fight egotistical attitudes, things of that nature. But we don't realize that ego is that calm, still voice telling you this, that, and the other, right? We've been told that it's wrong, that it's bad, but no. These are these things that are being told to us. And once we understand that we really need to self reflect to understand who we are as far as our heart, then we can go into being able to share our heart. And that's where the relationship comes from, right? And I had like my experience with dealing with this firsthand because I had to do it myself in order to uh, uh, cultivate the relationship that I'm in, because I come from that same tattered, poor choice narrative where I'm doing the same exact things that are done everywhere right now through our social media, rap, whatever. My bad examples that I had of things my older brother used to do, so I wanted to try to copy him because he was a big player and all that other stuff. So you got to self-reflect to see what it is that you're doing to yourself, right? Self-reflection is going to be more than just having your prayer closet. It's perfect to have it, right? As a useful tool. But if you don't understand that you need a screwdriver and not a hammer, then you're working with the wrong tool. That's just my personal opinion. Um, so we've got the right
Well, let
tools. We're just
me ask you
using
this.
them in the wrong thing. Mhm.
Have you ever had a prayer closet?
By definition, several.
And that's what you
Uh,
used it for, to kind of go in and to. to do some self work?
Um, yeah, I guess you would have to call it that. I mean, what we call it is shadow work. Okay, this is where
Yes.
your shadow
Yeah.
work is your journaling and
Yeah.
everything. If you can dive deep enough into your journal, that is also your prayer closet,
Oh, I agree. And now
right?
I journal in there. There are a number of things I do in there. The thing of it is that the same way I'm a respect, what your approach is.
Hmm.
And when you're speaking of the cards, I'm saying
Yeah,
that I don't practice in them, but I never said that it goes deeper than that. But definitely respecting that the prayer closet is much more than just going into the closet. It,
right. But
and when I tell
here's
you
a perfect
the
example.
things how when God, and it speaks in scripture too about having a place that you go to be in the early morning, that you go to be alone with Christ. I can tell you that I can testify the things that God has showed me in those hours. Some mornings I was afraid to go in there to even to find them out, to tell you the truth.
Right,
Yes.
exactly. There's two things going on here. One, you got Sir Senior, which is completely
Hey, and
polar
welcome to the
opposite,
panel, sir.
right? Hey, Sir Senior, perfect timing, man. Because we're both on two opposite ends of the spectrum. Sir Senior is a Christian and has his Christian beliefs, but he's good in it. He's educated in it, and he has a good perspective. I love his perspective on how he applies it, right? Because I know that where the source is. I know that we're coming from the same idea. This is why, for the most part, despite our different opinions on the spiritual stuff, we both hit on the same talking points. We both usually agree with the same things, right? So when you go and you go to talk with Christ in the morning and you have that moment where you sit and self-reflect, that is by definition what it's communicating with the ego. This is the ego that I'm talking about. So you're right on point. You're doing exactly the right thing,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's our definitions that gets us confused as to what it is that we're actually doing, right? We have an American version of what the spirituality is, and the American version, the definitions are the confusing part. Why we demonize one thing and praise another, right?
Agreed.
But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let Sir Senior come over here and give his point of view.
Yes, sir, Senior. Welcome. Welcome so much to the panel. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm well, and thank you so much for your I didn't get to see it because I'm not on YouTube, but I hear you were doing some great job in there with the with making sure that we stayed troll free, as we're having a very useful conversation, something that's very necessary. And again, just publicly, I also want to again thank you for the conversation that you and I had last Sunday. It actually, it did require some more reflection on my part, and I did appreciate that. I really appreciate that we were able to kind of hear each other out throughout that time, and we gave each other proper respect at the closing of the call.
Sorry, my StreamYard was messing up, but I appreciate you taking the time to hear my perspective and express yourself in your own personal way, as always.
Thank you, thank
Um,
you.
I would like to say, like, this is honestly a great opportunity. As you say, God don't make no mistakes, so it's a great opportunity to speak on Black love. And Black love is, if you look as the brother just said, is I come from a biblical standpoint, and if you look at the things where it breaks down what love is in the Bible, and you have to be able to be those things to yourself and to others. So those things are easy to say and more difficult to do. They're very simple. Just like most things in life are very simple, but they're hard. And the biggest thing we have to do is understand that I have to love myself even when I do something wrong or I hurt myself. That's how I'm going to be better and heal from that hurt, is by loving myself. And we have to love each other, even if someone else or does something wrong or hurt you. And that's how we're able to heal from that hurt. So if we're not willing to honestly work out of love, then we have to be honest and say we're working out of hate, because it's either one or the other. So while I'm in my feelings, do I still love me enough? Do I still love you enough to treat you with the same respect that I would if we was happy? And that's where true love comes in. That's not me liking you. That's not me saying, okay, well, when I like you because you're making me happy. I like you because you're intriguing. Everything's positive. So I like that. But when things get negative, that's the difference in love and liking. I will also say that being in love with someone is simply just liking them and loving them at the same time. So if I like you in multiple ways and I love you in multiple ways at the same time, I'll be in love with you.
That's a great point. If you don't mind, I'd like to add on to that. Sir Senior?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right.
Oh yeah, I had a question. I wanted to read this comment. And I wanted to I want to ask you the question, but I want to qualify um who who was asking, or who was the person that wanted to know what. So, is it over there? Block the call. Block the call. So it says, if its definitions as such, much respect to both the brothers on the panel. Sadly, I disagree with the other brother. Elohim is the source. Grace is greatness. I want to be very honest. I know you're really deep in the word. I follow you on Instagram, so I definitely know that you're able to come from a different place. I wanted to ask about that specifically. Did you know what Elohim is, Sir Senior? Because I wanted to make sure I was on the same page when it comes to understanding the conversation.
Yes.
So what is he referring to when he says this Elohim is the source?
Elohim being the Most High, in some translations, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's Grace's greatness is from Nigeria, I believe. Okay, so Passionate Bliss says you have to learn what love looks like and feels like to you, as well as what love looks and feels like to your mate. Agreed. The love languages, that was something that I didn't learn about until, starting therapy with my ex-husband. And we were about a decade in at that point. A decade, maybe 11 years. We were 11 years into our marriage at that point. Yeah, I thought Sir was having a little bit of trouble, but he's coming back. But yeah, because I haven't been able to. I've only been able to hear parts of what he was saying, and again, because I'm not on YouTube, I don't know if all of YouTube heard that. But on here, I was only able to hear parts. But Passionate Bliss, I totally wish you could get on this panel. We were rocking from the beginning. Passionate Bliss, you all, just to let you all know, Diamond Princess was my first moderator. Passionate Bliss was, I want to say, my second, and then I had a moderator named Bluebird, my third. And I had only 3 moderators for a long time. But those were my ladies. Passionate Bliss always brought a elder, not just an elder, but a wiser spirit to the chats. She was with me in my first couple of lives, and the lives were live. They were always at 5. But she started with me in Miami, and She's definitely someone that she's an essential worker, so she's not able to do the type of content that she used to do. But whenever we can have a conversation, the jewels that she drops are just they're invaluable. So Stephanie says yes. Language is important, absolutely. Thank you for saying that, sir, senior. Thank you for saying that, for keeping the positive light up. I really appreciate you. And thank you so much, Diamond Princess, for making sure that everyone always feels supported. That's her way. She does the same thing on her channel. So I suggest all of you have not, please definitely take a look at Diamond Princess's channel as well. Like up her streams, definitely participate in her lives. She is very flexible, very open with sharing her space as well. And make sure you subscribe, because I'm telling you, she's very consistent with her support, and I always appreciate that. She's always been glow up gang, bang bang. Okay, I'm going to highlight this as well for the CK. In the Hebrew Bible, Elohim Hebrew usually refers to a single deity, particularly, but not always, the God of Israel. Thank you, brother CK. You all, please, shameless plug here. This Saturday, we will be having our monthly, on October 3rd, State of the Melanin Address. I'm telling y'all, I think this one is going to be bananas. Usually we have, very, calm kind of discussions, but there have just been so many really good debates and discussions that are coming out in our communities regarding things that are happening right now. I think that the agenda that we have on Saturday is going to be absolutely engaging. I think it's going to be informative, and these are discussions that we as a people, as a culture, as a community, and a diaspora need to have. And Screen Learning will be leading the topic. Of course, he's going to be talking about investments. Please make sure you're a part of the conversation on Saturday. If you have not submitted an agenda topic by now, you will not be on the agenda for Saturday. But again, the conversations are ones that we need to be having. Thank you. Oh, I'm breaking up. I don't know. I might, if I do go out, I'll be back. Gracious Greatness says, thanks to all of you for being honest and showing love in here. Agreed. I just wish I could give y'all all a glowing hug tonight, because I just need that prayer network really strong. I really do. And I thank God that God sends you what you need when you need it. He really does. May not come with you when you want to, but he's always on time. Okay. Brother Neo's link is posted. So if anyone wants to check out Brother Link's channel, Stephanie, did you email me? Because I don't think I've gotten it yet. If you would like to join the panel, all right. Any further thoughts either one of you have, Neo or Sir Senior, in regards to the topic at hand, how we can start to discuss, and not just discuss, but also execute some practices of Black love more?
I've got one. Go ahead, Sir Senior. You go ahead, and then I'll follow up right behind you.
Okay. I would say the biggest thing to kill is the ego. Your ego will stand in the way of almost anything positive. I come from a martial arts background, and martial arts, one way to win is always not to awe your opponent. For you to not want to awe your opponent or do extra stuff, to show off, your ego have to be in check. And I like to put those same principles in the rest of my life. You have to understand that whatever your point is, whatever your focus, that's what you're going to see.
Hmm.
So you have to be focused on your destination. And if your focus is building yourself, building with other people, building in general, then you have to stay focused on that. But if I take my focus off of building, even if it's a relationship, if it's intimate relationship, or if it's a relationship of, business, if I take my eye off of us building and focus on me winning or making sure the other person is losing or not winning as much as me, I'm automatically going to cut the legs from up under not just myself, but from the other person. So you're not expressing, as we're talking about Black love, you're expressing Black hate. And you have to have your ego in check enough to be able to admit that. So if you can't admit your flaws, you can't admit what you're doing, you can't even see what you're doing, then you're not operating in love, you're operating in hate. Hate is blinding. They say love is blinding. No, love make you overlook some stuff, but hate completely covers your eyes.
I would. That's such an incredible point. Brother Neo, did you want to say anything in response to that? Because I think that was just so incredible and it's really true. And I think that's what we need to really be honest about. Sometimes when we're we're going to work with someone, we might be even going to bed with someone, but do you really love them? Like, because the way, they said, what, you should know the tree by the fruit it bears. And just look at it. Is it love, or is it, you going to work, but do you hate going to work because of the people you work with, but you love getting that check? We really need to start asking some of these questions. My mom, Passionate Bliss says, my mom says pride is cold and a lonely bedfellow. My mom used to say, if a woman doesn't want anything, she surely will get it. Amen. Brother Neil, did you want to respond to what CR Senior said? Sir Senior, I always say CR. I think I'm just going to change the name to that, Chris.
Sir Senior brings up a really strong and valid point. The only thing that I would contest or argue is the term having our ego in check. Uh, I I strongly believe that we have all really kind of misunderstood what the ego is exactly. The ego is not your, oh, what's it good? Your ego isn't your self-confidence. A lot of times, if not all the time, we completely misunderstand what the ego by definition is, because we've been given a definition of what the ego is that is tied almost permanently to our self-confidence or showboating or pride. Unfortunately, we've missed it. This is different. This is the difference between honor and pride. Both seem like they're in the same category, but they're vastly different when in nature. Sir Senior is absolutely right, because he alludes to being prideful. And being prideful is usually what our downfall is. However, the honor that you would be better off with, the honor that you need to replace that pridefulness with, is where we kind of lose our understanding, right? Uh, I would go into it a little bit more, but I'll just go ahead and maybe hold that back for maybe a little later, because like I said, Sir Senior brought up a good point, and it would be useful to actually take that approach until you take more of a deeper dive into your subconscious to understand what it is that we're actually fighting. It's a built-in mechanism that always grows the more you feed it, positive or negative, it doesn't matter. As long as you are feeding it something, it is going to always get in your way. And that serves as an ego to protect you from your own harm. It's called self-preservation. That's what the ego, by definition, is. And the more that you try to fight it, the more that you try to keep it in check, the larger it gets and the more you will fail. It's self-perpetuating. Once you come to understanding what the flow is of your actual nature, then the ego steps to the side and lets you grow. But like I said, we haven't collectively come to that type of understanding of what it is in nature. So taking Sir Senior's idea or approach is essentially growing to what I'm talking about now. It is a step in the right direction. Figuring out how to get your ego in check. Putting yourself to the side is part of the love process. But by definition, love is not found in one definition. And according to the Greeks, it had 7. Much like our African ancestors had 7 principal deities that have 7 principal ideas, so does the functionality of love itself. And each of them are different and have their own function. But if we just throw love all together or lump it all together into one thing, we lose sight of it. Even the Bible has different versions or definitions for love. So it's going again in that right direction, but we have to understand that that love is simply complicated. Simply complicated, meaning that it still has its different levels and functions in nature. Right?
I'm sorry, did you go out, Neo?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I just kind of walked away from that one. That was the end of it. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. You have to let us know when that happens, because sometimes, with these speakers, you never know. Hello, Miss Swarty Daisy. Oh, okay. I hope everything's okay. I pray everything is okay. So we were just really talking about Swarty Daisy. Our own definitions of what we think love is. What is Black love? What is Black love to you? So we're kind of just getting, I had to admit, for a long time I really thought it had to involve, a romantic relationship with a Black person, and more recently I'm really thinking it more communally, because I'm not in a relationship with a Black person, and I haven't been for some time, but I'm trying to wrap my head around, outside of that, can you really say is Black love? Can you talk about, can Black love exist with coworkers? Can it exist with neighbors? Can it exist with, is because I have children? Is that the Black love? So we're just asking that question. So I don't think I got any more requests to join the panel, so we can close out. If anyone wants to move the conversation forward, or because I know now it's time to jump on to Brother CK's channel. He's been doing some great discussions in regards to Donald Trump, these tax cuts, these lack of taxes, And I'm looking forward to listening in. I'm not going to be able to, participate as much as I usually am because, again, we have to get everything squared away before Julian leaves town. But again, Saturday, if anybody would like to come to the Why Are You Single Saturday Slumber Party, please do send an email to, I'm going to put the banner up because that makes it a whole lot easier. I just need to find the appropriate one. Y'all know I got banners for everything over here. That is Saturday, but that is Saturday night, Saturday at 12:30. Please join in the State of the Melanin address. We have been having such really beneficial, and again, thank you, Brother CK, for inviting me onto the show and the panel this morning at Sister Faith's channel regarding the debate, after debate show and discussion. That was such a good, just really, really on time conversation. So I thank you for that. Again, I can't say this enough, y'all. Thank you again for getting it glowing with me. Absolutely. Let's get it glowing and just rocking with me, just really rocking with me. I want to thank you again so much for just being a part of these conversations, for helping to build this network, for just for showing and supporting one another, not just me. Borge is here. Okay, so you can't join this panel, but next time, okay? So maybe on Saturday, let me know, Diamond Princess, let me know if you're gonna be coming in, because we definitely want to make sure that our that the conversations in the room are that everyone's kind of understanding and grasping the information from the agenda. Okay, voice session, absolutely. Give me all those hugs, brother. This is my singing duet partner. You all show him some love, and you all remember when we rap. What I started to do a little new is I let a song play, so we have a couple of minutes still in the chat stream, so we can grab information that we may have missed, because I do know how these streams go. Someone might have left their email. Someone might have dropped a link that you weren't able to catch, and then it takes a little bit for the playback to post. By the time the playback posts, you might have forgotten, the person that you were looking for. So it's happened to me. So I'm just thinking that if it's happened to me, it's happened to you all. So once we wrap, I am going to close us out with another little song. Ooh, which one? Okay, so let me ask you this, guys. I'm choosing between 3 songs. Okay, you want to hear "Love Is" by Brian McKnight and Vanessa Williams? Put up a glower. If you want to hear "Love and War" by Tamar Braxton, put up fire. And then if you want to hear "The Fire We Make" by Alicia Keys and Maxwell, put up a diamond. So those are your 3 options. So "Love Is" Brian McKnight and Vanessa Williams, "Love and War" Tamar Braxton, or "The Fire We Make" by Maxwell and Alicia Keys. So first one, glower. Second, fire. Last one, the fire we make should be fire, right? No. The last one is going to be a diamond. So let me know. And that's how we're going to close out the show. I just want to thank everyone for coming out. I'm going to do my thank yous. Let me go back through. Especially today, y'all, I really needed to feel protected. I was very optimistic that nothing would, go awry. And so it really kind of hurt when things did, because I tell you, that's just not how I want to do things. I think that it's great with the type of outreach capacity that content creators can have. So if you have a lot of subscribers, I definitely don't want to get anyone off of, I don't want to bring intentional way, because I think that, you know, the things that are discussed need to be discussed. So that's why I chose not to do things in a certain regard. But tonight, I really appreciated that my glowers and my lighters really had my back and were making sure that I felt that, you know, we felt like this was still a safe space. So again, I want to thank Diamond Princess. Thank you so much, sis. I want to thank Neo. I want to thank D. Stephanie. You're gone now, but I want to thank you for being the first one in the room and early. Deacon Anthony, always, when I tell you I appreciate you, I truly, truly do. I definitely want to thank Millie's Journey, Caking 101. Thank you for joining the panel. Also, Neo and Sir Senior, always salute my brothers, definitely. Passionate Bliss, you all, please make sure you check out her page if you have not already. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. She has a lot of great topics that are all very consistent with loving the community and building up that love, as well as building up those, as breaking down barriers. Okay, gracious greatness. Can't say enough. Just always on top of it. Books for Moses, welcome. Hopefully this won't be your last time visiting. And thank you for speaking some words of wisdom that you spoke. I really appreciate you. Let's see. Okay. NC Worker, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I think I got pretty much everywhere. It's my gosh, I can't forget Brother CK Screen Learning. Please, everyone, after you leave here, hop over to his channel. And Swarty Daisy, I know you had a little late arrival, but hopefully everything is okay with your family member. And oh, it seems like we have an overwhelming. Oh wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Thank you. And I have burned some libations, so definitely. Y'all are really in it for love and war, huh? Tamar did slay that though, y'all. She did. She slayed that. All right, so that's what we're gonna put on. So guys, please mingle. Make sure you're scrolling up, getting these email addresses. Make sure if you all need something to meet, I am going to stay in the chat. I am going to jump on the YouTube. So you're not gonna, I'm gonna have just my my logo up, but I will be in the YouTube chat rooms. So until next time, no matter the situation, no matter the hour, nor how bleak things look, y'all know what to do. When in doubt or not, glow up.